Yo, yo, it's Big Vike of Magical Box Breaks and Wars. Tonight, we have another box of Dominaria Remastered to do half box wars with. Just 2 wars tonight. Each war is going to have 6 seats. Each seat is assigned 3 packs. Whoever pulls the highest combined value of cards over $5 from their packs wins all other mythics, rares, retro, borderless, and cards over $3 from their war. Tonight, we're hunting them big 5 mythics. Urza's Incubator, Urza, Sylvan Library, Vamp Tutor, and Force of Will. What's up, Bobby V? Them 5, and then, of course, Tutors. We want Enlightened and Worldly Tutor. And Yawgmoth is another big mythic. We're going by TCG Market. There are 44 cards on our $5 and up list. It was checked just minutes before kickoff. Our top 20 are all $15 and up. So the top 20 pays for the entry fee. Everything else after that's gravy. And there are a lot of close spots. And there's one spot that's tied. So if somehow we end up having a tie in one of the wars, we'll go by the combined value of your other mythics and rares. Me, personally, I want to hit a foil, borderless, or retro from the money list. And like I said, give me a top 20 for each war. Yo, what's up, Frederick? What's up, Dirty Dog? Woof, woof. Dirty Dog Incorporated in the house. Yeah, that water park looks sick, Bobby V. I can only imagine, yeah, the energy the kiddos use today. So our first war is Richard, James, Bobby, Robert, Nick additional, and Matthew. This is Bobby C, and this is Bobby V. We used Bobby V's proper name. And yeah, again, I don't know why the randomizer keeps putting them 2 in the same war. So here's War 1. Retro Vamp would be sick. Bobby V. We got Richard, James, Bobby, Robert, Nick, and Matthew. We will randomize it. Just 2. Snake Eyes. Who's lucky with Snake Eyes tonight? Here we go. 1. Here comes our order. 2. Richard leading off. Bobby, Matthew, Nick, James, and Robert. So Richard stays the same in that 1 seat. Then Bobby, Matthew, Nick, James, Robert. Put on some protection, keep everything packed fresh, and we'll get right into it. Yeah, Retro Vamp would be sick. Last box I did had a Force of Will. So, I don't know. This is out of the same case. I don't know if we'll get another one. Or maybe this is a different one since it's number 7. Maybe, yeah, that first 6. Maybe that Force of Will box ended that first case. I guess it did. This is some other box I picked up somewhere. I can't even remember where I got this one. So first 18 out. First half box. And Robert looking for that last pack magic. There's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. War 2, the little stack will go on top. Yeah, you want this one to have that retro vampy, Robert. Richard, Bobby, DDI, Nick, James, and Robert. Just going to keep what ships by your name. The bulk I'll put down here in the corner. You war winners, if you want the bulk, get in touch with me. It's just a few dollars more for the added shipping weight. So we have Richard, Bobby, Matthew, Nick, James, Robert. Richard leading off. And I think the only uncommon that plays is retro foil nature's, what is it? Nature's Claim? Nature's, man, I can't remember now. Here we go, Richard. Pack 1. Who hits our mythics? Who hits our tutors? What half of the box does the money come out in? Richard with a rare. A cool Borderless Lotus Blossom. Doesn't play, but what a nice looking card. Retro Spirit Link. And your retro land. Bobby pack 1. Bobby C. Yeah, is that Spirit Guide might too, Moyer, but I was thinking that I think it's Nature's Claim, right? Bobby C, pack 1 for you. With a retro something here at your mythic or rare slot. Retro artifact here. Give us a rabbit. No, a crawl space. Man, that's a good card, though. No more than 2 creatures can attack you each combat. And then you got a normal card since you got the retro at your mythic or rare slot. And then a goblin. Dirty Dog. Yeah, Nature's Lore. That's what it is. Yeah, what was I saying? Nature's Claim? Yeah, Nature's Lore. Retro foil, that plays. And yeah, if we end up hitting a retro Spirit Guide foil, I'll have to check too. Because yeah, like you said, that's a good call, Dirty Dog. And Swords. But I don't think Swords retro. Swords of Plowshares. Dirty Dog. Woof, woof. Speaking of swords, there's a regular one. Rare. A Shiv Dragon. Retro Juggernaut. What am I doing putting these down here? Holy moly. I'm putting his bulk down here. Shiv Dragon, Retro Juggernaut. Oh! And then a retro foil Urza. 32.96. Wow, that just got my heart going. There's a retro foil money. Wow. Look how nice that looks in foil. That old blue just pops. Even though I hate blue. That's sick though. 3296. 3296 Urza foil retro in pack 1. Wow. When he enters the battlefield, create a 0/0 colorless construct artifact creature token with this creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact you control. Tap an untapped artifact you control to add an island. And for 5, you shuffle your library, then exile the top card. Until end of turn, you may play that card without paying its mana cost. And Bobby V says, on that note, I'm going to go take a shower. 3296. You need a top 4 hit. It's got to be Vamp Tutor, regular, or a Force of Will to beat it. So you guys looking to stack top loaders now to catch the dirty dog. Man, big hit in pack 3. Urza retro foil. Definitely. Dirty dog coming in filthy. And Frederick wins in everything else, but he can't crack the Dominaria Remastered code. Nick, trying to put something on the board here. That's a fast rabbit out there. Nick, another mythic here. So back-to-back mythics. Give us a good one. That's the number 44 of 44 on our list. Time stretch regular is 506. Ten casting cost. Target player takes 2 extra turns after this one. I swear, I just wanted a few extra hours to do my homework, said Petra, the novice chronomancer. Retro Drake. I forgot that the foils were like hidden in the back there. That Urza surprised me. Time stretch comes out. James, pack 1 for you. James with a rare. Amaze. I was just about to say, James is going to hit some lands tonight. There's one. Doesn't count, though. Doesn't play. I think that's like a $4 card, though. Flame Tongue Retro and your Swamp Retro. Yeah, let me give Maze a quick look. Like I said, I think it's just over 4. 357. The Borderless is 467. That's the best version of it. Robert, closing out round 1. Dirty dogs on the prices. There's some kind of foil in the back, I think, here, Robert. Maybe I was seeing stuff. Retro red here at your mythic or rare. So what is it? Sneak attack we want? Is that the only red on the money list? I think it is. Overmaster retro. Not helping common. And a foil common. An emerald charm. And your retro forest. So Nick hit time stretch 506. And the Dirty Dog hit retro foil Urza for just under 33 bucks. Richard, pack 2 for you. Richard. Rare. An exploration that plays. That is 984. 984 Explo in pack 2. This is such a sick card for green. 1 casting cost. You can play an additional land on each of your turns. The first explorers found Argoth, a storehouse of natural wealth, towering forests grown over rich vines of ore, or rich veins of ore. Retro Seer and a foil common. Ooh, foil common counterspell though. That's got to be a couple bucks, right? And your swamp. So we know exploration plays, and yeah, counterspell's not going to get there, but that might ship. Or I will ship that. I really don't want it. What is it though? Counterspell, regular edition. It's only 81 cents now. They finally reprinted it enough. Foil's $1.29. But like I said, that can go in shipping. Bobby, pack 2 for you. Bobby C, pack 2. Mythic. So our third Mythic, our first 2 played. Give us another one that plays. No. A Sarah Avatar. That's a miss. Retro Valduke. And your Retro Island. And a bye. Dirty Dog. Woof, woof. Trying to add on the foil retro Urza. Matthew. Another retro blue at your mythic or rare spot. Imagine if you pulled a retro Urza non-foil. No, in opposition. That was originally Urza's block. Common. And your retro forest. Nick, looking to add on to time stretch. You're about $27 down. So tops, what is it, 8 or 9? Wow, Frederick did well at pre-release last night. Nice. What'd you win for that? Thinking Retro Force in pack 3 for you, Dirty Dog, since you pull all retro blue so far. Nick, rare. Ooh, a Borderless Mystic Remora. I haven't seen that one yet. That does not play. Again, the Borderlesses are so cool looking. Retro Ornithopter. Foil Uncommon Verdict. Gerard's Verdict. And your Retro Mountain. What's that Borderless Remora? Is Mystic Remora Borderless 457. So Matthew and Nick both pulling all blue. James, pack 2 for you. Moyer played in some pre-release. Well, at least he heated up. Started 0-2, then went 3-1, and today was 3-0. James, pack 2 for you. Another Swords. James. Rare. Zira. Arian. No help. Retro Chain Lightning. And your Retro Plains. Oh man, and you had a Ragavan in your deck that went 0-2. He couldn't help. Robert closing out round 2, and then we just got one pack left each. Robert with a rare. A Vexing Sphinx. Retro Mesa Enchantress. Foil Common. And your Retro Swamp. So going to the final round, we're chasing the Dirty Dog. Foil Retro Urza 3296. Richard has 984 with Exploration. And Nick has 506 with Time Stretch. So Richard, you got about $10. You got to get to 33. So 23 and up. You need a Sylvan Library, Vamp Tutor, or Force of Will. 3 versions of each. 3 versions of Library, 3 versions of Vamp, 3 versions of Force. You have 9 cards that can give you the lead. Can you hit one of them big 3? Sylvan Library would be sick, of course, because it's green. Gotta see an M, Richard. Rare. An Assassin. Retro Frantic Search. And a common foil Wild Growth. That might be a couple bucks. Oh, and the Merit Lage token for Dark Depths. Are we going to hit a Dark Depths? I'll put that right here in case we do. That'll go in the War Winnings if Dark Depths comes out. And what's Wild Growth? Regular foil. Wild Growth is another sick card for green. Green ramp. It's only normally 29 cents. Foil is 31 cents. Bobby C., your last shot. Yeah, dog's still winning. Time Stretch and Exploration came out. But Exploration is in the winnings already. Richard did not catch. Who wants to play dog catcher? City on Fire? And Furnace and Wrath and Fiery Emancipation. Makes everything do 18 times the damage. Bobby C. Pack 3 for you. He's got some kind of retro green here. Does he have a retro Sylvan library? Give us something. No. A retro Kamal. Doesn't help. Common. And your retro Forest. Sorry, couldn't hit anything for you, Bobby V. Dirty Dog. Looking for another retro blue. Matthew. Rare. An Arcades Sabbath. Retro Mindstone. And your retro Swamp. So you got Urza. Foil Retro. You just got 3 packs left that can hurt you. Nick, you're at 506. So you need, yeah, what did I say? 27 plus. That's a top 8. It's Retro Sylvan Library and Borderless Library, and then Vamp Tutor and Force of Will, the 3 versions. Nick, your last shot in War 1. Nick, rare. A Cap. Retro Mog War. And, oh, and a retro black here, foil. So Vampy here. Does Moyer call it to beat himself? No, an oversold cemetery. Frederick thought No Mercy retro foil was coming. An oversold cemetery. A plains and a zombie. Oversold is no help. I'll check just in case. Oversold. Retro, normally 41 cents. Foil's 88 cents. I'm just down to 2 packs. Dirty Dog, James and Robert. And they got to see a mythic. And they're down to just 5 cards. Oh, no, you have 32.96. So the top 4 cards. Vamp Tutor, and then 3 versions of Force of Will. James. Your last one here. Need a big boy. Need to see an M. Rare. A Mons. Retro Crusade. And a Retro Mountain. And sorry I couldn't pull you anything either, James. Robert. Some last pack magic. You need a Vamp Tutor or a Force of Will. Vamp Tutor regular. Vamp Tutor Retro and Vamp Tutor Borderless do not make it. Looking to steal the dog's bone, he says. Where's the dog's bone too big to carry away? Let's see an M. M. Oh! Retro green! The retro Sylvan library leaves you short. I don't think there's anything that can catch them unless you have a foil at the back. It doesn't matter. It's an Arborea. And a common. And that's it. And your retro planes. So the dirty dog gets lots of blue tonight. War 1 was definitely dominated by blue. Yeah, that foil counterspell even, and frantic search. Sphinx. Drake. And then almost all the good cards were blue. And an opposition retro. Lots and lots of blue. Too much blue for me. There you go, Dirty Dog. Tonight you got a Maze of Ith, a Mystic Remora Borderless, a Time Stretch, an Exploration, and you hit a foil retro Urza. War 2. Is James additional, Nick, Matthews additional, Shane, Frederick, and Scott. Dirty Dog looking for the sweep now. Here's War 2. Every dog has its day. Didn't I just recently send you some DMR winnings? James, Nick, Matthew, Shane, Frederick, Scott is War 2. We'll randomize it. 9 this time. Having a hard time focusing on the iPad tonight, huh? 9. 2. 4. 6. 8. Here comes our order. 9. James leading off. Scott, Matthew, Frederick, Shane, Nick. Dirty Dog gets that same 3 seat. James leading off and Nick hoping for last pack magic. James, Scott, Matthew. Frederick, Shane, Nick. So War 2 is James. James stays in that 1 seat. James, Scott, Nick. Oh no, James, Scott, Dog. Frederick, Shane, Nick. Let me get a quick drink. Okay. Here we go. James leading off. James with a Mythic to lead off here. He's looking for a lead-off home run. Give us some money. No, a Dawnbringer. That's a miss. Even though she's nasty. Retro Mogwar. And a Retro Island in your arena filler. I remember when Lara used to play. What is it now? 222. The best version's Borderless is 396. Scott pack one. Yeah, like why isn't she more? And it's only a 5 casting cost for a 5/5 flying first strike lifelink, and it gives other angels you control get 1/1 and have lifelink. Like that should be at least like a 6 or a 7 casting cost, right? See if the war winner has an angel deck. If not, they can start one with Lara. Yeah, only the foil Borderless plays. Dirty dog. On the prices tonight. Appreciate it. Scott, pack one for you. Where? A gamble. That's definitely between 3 and 5. That used to play too. Retro. There's a retro Elvish Spirit Guide non-foil. And a Forest. What's gamble? $4? Gamble. Regular. $3.88. Search your library for a card. Put that card in your hand. Discard a card at random. Then shuffle. For gamble. Dirty dog. Woof, woof. Can you hit a monster in your pack one again? Did it in War 1 for the win. And you have another foil at the back. I didn't see if it was retro or not. Dirty dog. With a mythic in front of a foil. So 2 mythics in the first 3 packs. Give us a good one. Oh! Holy moly! A Borderless Force of Will. I hit a regular version last box, and this box is a Borderless. 6370. That's the number 2 non-foil in the set. Holy moly, dirty dog, with your blue and from the 3 seats. You may pay 1 life and exile a blue card from your hand rather than pay this spell's mana cost, which is 5. And you counter target spell. Weren't you ever taught that it's rude to interrupt? Whoa. And that puts him in the driver's seat for a sweep. Foil common. Looking to tie the group lead for sweeps. And Dirty Dogs hit a couple big sweeps. He hit a Modern Horizons one that was gigantic. And now, yeah, with a Borderless Force of Will. 6370. Force of Will, Borderless in pack 1. Wow. Oh, yeah, that is. You're right. That is like a pun, or like, yeah, they're making fun of it because the OG Force of Will from Alliances was an interrupt, not an instant. I would have never made that connection. Yeah, looking like a seat 3 sweep for the dog. Unless somebody gets that retro Vampy and something else. And another killer card. Retro, I think, land here for Frederick. We want Dark Depths, I think, right? Is the only one that plays, or is this an artifact? Give us an Urza's Incubator. No, it is a land. Isolated Chapel. Retro. Common foil. And your Retro Mountain. Shane, pack 1 for you. War 2. Looking to get on the board. Start stacking top loaders to catch Force of Will. And the money in the box already came out in War 2. We don't have to pull anything else. Rare. Oh, and there's something else. Regular birds. 776. Shane. 776 BOP in 1. 1 casting cost, 0/1 flyer. You tap it to add 1 mana of any color. Sage's Whisper of an Undiscovered Natural Paradise, a tropical island unspoiled by war. Retro Chain Lightning and a Retro Plains. Yeah, dog's eating up the birds right now. Nick, closing out round 1. Yeah, you and this set don't get along, Frederick. You are right. He's got, I think, a foil retro blue in the back. Is that what I just saw a glance of? Or am I seeing things? I might be seeing things with my terrible eyes. Nick, rare. A Divine Sacrament. And a Retro Swords. And a, yes, retro blue foil again. Talk about a blue-dominated box. Give us some money. No, an Impulse. That retro blue, though, foiling looks so sick. And the old school little star. And Forest. So round 1, Shane hit Birds of Paradise, 776, and the Dirty Dog hit Borderless Force of Will, 6370. Oh, that's a magnetic too. What am I doing putting that in a top loader? That's 50 plus. So I'll put this in a magnetic. Put it in an inner sleeve. And a magnetic for Borderless Force. Pack 2 for James, leading off. The foil retro Birds of Paradise is like $30 plus. That foil multiplier is huge. Yeah, Birds is awesome. I'd like to have a playset of every Birds from every set. Mythic here for James to lead off round 2. Let's get on the board. Oh, man. And a regular library. 2689. Wow. 2689. 2 casting cost. At the beginning of your draw step, you may draw 2 additional cards. If you do, choose 2 cards in your hand this turn. For each of those cards, pay 4 life or put the card on top of your library. This is definitely a sweet box going on. And then a retro Spirit Monger. And a foil uncommon Turnabout. And your retro Mountain. Wow. So just with Force of Will in library, you're close to $100 or $90 in winnings with just them 2. Yeah, throw Birds in there, you're real close to 100. Scott. But that only puts James 30. No, he's going to need a Force of Will anyway to catch the other Force of Will. Scott, pack 2 for you. Scott with a retro green here. Give us another library. No, a Symbiosis. Imagine that. Back-to-back libraries, a regular and a retro. Your Beast and your Forest. Dirty dog. You pull more blue? You pull a mystical Tutor here? Of course, you got a counter spell on top. Dirty dog. Woof, woof. With another Swords rare. A Jolriel. No help. Retro Blue, of course. A Retro Frantic Search. And a Retro Mountain. Frederick, pack 2 for you. Let's get you a hit here, Fred. Let's start making up with this set right here. Blues Clues in seat 3. Frederick, you got some kind of foil on the back. Rare. A Shade. A retro Fire Blast. And a foil common. And your retro Island. Shane, looking to put another one on Birds here. Give yourself a shot in that with that 3rd pack. Shane with a rare Umbilicus. No help. Retro Seer. And your Retro Swamp. Nick closing out round 2 and then just 1 pack left each. Man, why does that bottom tab always rip off like that? This one giving me some trouble here. Nick with a retro gold here. I don't think there's any gold that plays, right? A Rith. Common. And a foil retro white. Give us Enlightened Tutor. No, Windborn Muse. And a retro plains. Windborn retro is normally 15 cents. Foil is 29 cents. So going to the final round, we got Shane and Birds at 7.76, James and Library at 26.89, and Matthew and Force of Will Borderless at 63.70. So James, you need a Force of Will Borderless, a Force of Will Retro, or a Force of Will Regular to get you there. So double Force of Will box. Miscut on that Muse. I didn't even notice it. Oh, definitely. That one side is heavy. Yeah, look at how much is on this side for the border. A little thin border on the other side. James, your last chance. Gotta see an M. Rare. An Arcanus. Retro Lion. And a retro mountain. Your arena filler. Scott. Same thing. You need only 2 cards. Borderless Force of Will or a regular Force of Will. Unless you hit a foil. Scott. With a rare. Another Arcades. We hit him in retro, right? Retro Goblin Matron. And a retro Island. Dirty dog. You're looking to add to the winnings. Do you hit more blue? Oh, of course, a Borderless High Tide. Man, a rare. And then a blue Stroke of Genius. Unreal, that 3-seat in blue tonight. And a retro Renewed Faith. Oh, and then a retro rare land. An Isolated Chapel. I hit a foil retro Isolated Chapel and it played. Let's see what the regular version is. ISO Chapel. Normally $261. Foil is $275. Frederick says poop incoming for his pack. Oh, man. Bold prediction, he says. He's going to hit Kudu. Oh, actually, Borderless Force of Will. Sorry, I did the retro. Borderless is $62.71. So 99 cents less. 6271. I circled the retro, like I said, is 6370. This is, yeah, Borderless. 6271. Not that it matters. Dirty Dog, you're just down to 3 packs here that can hurt you. Frederick, Shane, and Nick. Shane's the only one with a hit so far out of them 3. Frederick, ending with a rare. Yep. Poodoo. A Poodoo zombie. Retro Dagger. And a Retro Plains. Shane, you have 776. You're about $55 down. Just under 55. It's a force of will or bust. I don't know what's the deal with you and DMR. Something must have happened between you and this set. Shane, Retro White, Enlightened Tutor. Is that the only white on the money list? Give us it. No, a Sylvan's Reclamation Retro. Common. And your Retro Plains in your arena filler. So last pack. This would be some epic last pack magic. Nick, you got to hit a Retro Force of Will to win by 99 cents. Or a regular Force of Will to win by just under $4. Dirty Dog, last one that can hurt you. It's got to be a better Force of Will. Borderless is the least expensive version of Force of Will at $62.71. Got to be an M. No, rare. A Chainer. And a Retro Empty the Warrens. And a Retro Forest. So congrats to the Dirty Dog. Dirty Dog Incorporated. The sweep! Like I said, he just recently swept a big Modern Horizons box. Couple big winnings. All from the 3 seed, and he just hits blue, blue, blue. And Dirty Dog, Award 2. Gamble. Birds of Paradise. Sylvan Library. And a Borderless Force. Wow. And how many is that? That's sweep number 3 for you, right, Dirty Dog? Dirty Dog swept Modern Horizons 2 and TSR as other 2 sweeps. Man, he just sweeps the high roller events. And now I guess this wasn't high roller, but so congrats to the Dirty Dog. And yeah, tying the group lead for sweeps at 3. Yeah. Modern Horizons 2 on October 8th of 22. And then you just swept TSR January 21st of this year. Wow, there's some nice boxes, and then you just hit this one. Our upcoming schedule, here we go. Here's a high roller event. Ultimate Masters will be our next box. The box topper will be put into the VIP prize pool giveaway, which will be the end of next month or the beginning of June. I'm looking to schedule that. Yeah, Lipsky and Gregory are both have 3. So now there's 3 of you guys that have 3 sweeps. And this price list is sick, of course. But yeah, this will be our next event. Definitely a high roller event. Probably split the box in half. If you want to get involved, check us out. Magical Box Breaks and Wars Facebook group. You guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll be in touch. Peace.